Today on Investigate TV Plus, the guardrails that line our country's roads are meant to protect us, but our investigation found some can kill.
We had an expert, what they call an accident reconstructionist, said if the guardrail had worked properly, she would have walked away.
We examine how a young woman's death led to one state finding hundreds of improperly installed guardrails and how it could lead to more change across the country.
It's a problem everywhere. There's nowhere safe.
Plus, as couples hope to grow their families, fertility treatments expand.
A couple months went by, I'm like, maybe we're just not getting it right, Doesn't always happen.
We explore the rise in demand for these specialized care clinics.
Then, a salute to service.
Just a willingness to serve and just do what they had to do and not beat their chest about it.
We take you to a photo shoot where veterans are honored for their sacrifice.
In-depth stories that inform and inspire. You're watching Investigate TV Plus.
They're meant to keep you safe from veering off the road or crashing into something dangerous. But if guardrails aren't installed properly, they can be the danger. I'm T. Chappelle.
And I'm Lee Zurich. Over the last 3 years, our team has reported on the hidden dangers of guardrails that have cost some people their lives.
We speak with a family who says the death of their daughter from an improperly installed rail forced change for an entire state.
Investigative reporter Kristen Crowley shows us how that reform could serve as a blueprint for other states, as some lawmakers now call for change.
She was incredibly creative, smart. We had actually gone to college, a college that she was looking at, to do a tour of the dorm, and she was very excited about that.
For 18-year-old Isabella Alonso, the future was bright. But in 2020, just months before graduating high school, that future was ripped away.
Another driver pulled into her lane, and Isabella had a reaction that made her hit the guardrail. The guardrail, impaled her car.
Phoenix County 911. I just saw a car clip a guardrail.
It looks like a car hit the guardrail on the side really bad.
When you saw the guardrail, did you know something was wrong with it?
I knew that they're not supposed to look like that after a wreck. I've never seen one straight up in the air.
The Alonso's attorneys say the guardrail installed on this Georgia highway was Frankensteined, a term some experts in the field use to describe a guardrail put together with mixed parts from different manufacturers that do not belong together. That mistake can turn a guardrail from a safety device to a deadly spear.
We had an expert, what they call an accident reconstructionist, said if the guardrail had worked properly, she would have walked away.
I think somebody in the driver's seat is dead.
Isabella was between that guardrail and the car when it went through her door. So that guardrail, it killed her.
After Isabella's death, and with pressure from local media, Georgia's Department of Transportation launched a statewide inspection of all its guardrails. It found hundreds of them installed improperly. Following the inspection, GDOT not only replaced the misinstalled hardware, it created a guardrail garden. It's a training ground away from the dangers and distractions of a highway, where workers and contractors can see proper installation methods of guardrails up close. GDOT says proper installation and maintenance is imperative for keeping the public safe. But unsafe guardrails are not just one state's problem.
One of my constituents contacted me and said, hey, we've got an issue.
Minnesota State Senator Jeff House says guardrail safety wasn't even on his radar until he got this letter warning that Minnesota has an epidemic of unsafe guardrails and that the state is failing to provide safe roads to drivers. The letter, not just from a citizen, but a worker at the Minnesota Department of Transportation. He said, by my estimate, 9.5 out of every 10 guardrails I inspected had egregious installation errors
poor maintenance, or more commonly, both?
In other words, 95% of our guardrails are deficient.
What was your response to this letter when you received it?
I went to the county engineer, and I was kind of thinking that I was going to get this, no, he's looking at it wrong. But they admitted to the fact that it was an issue right away.
They knew.
They knew. They knew.
We've investigated problematic guardrails for years. In 2023, attorney Ken Emison showed us guardrail spearings across multiple states.
This one happens to be a case in Illinois.
Cases he handled where the people were either severely injured or killed. He told us proper installation of this infrastructure is critical to keep drivers safe.
People can't understand how the smallest error in assembling an end terminal and guardrail could result in a death.
But there is no federal law requiring training or setting standards for the people who install guardrails. It is up to each state. Minnesota's DOT says it does require training. House says it's clearly not enough.
Apparently, the contractors that are putting them in don't know what they're doing.
Do you know if he was able to get the defective guardrails he saw replaced?
I don't believe any of that's been done.
And we're talking now, it's been about a year?
About a year. I thought that once the administration found out that they had a problem, they'd put some emphasis towards going after it.
But that hasn't happened.
That hasn't happened.
The Minnesota Department of Transportation declined our request for comment, but told us it also has a guardrail garden that allows our crews to see the guardrail up close, away from traffic, and discuss a repair before it happens. We asked to visit the site. MnDOT told us no.
She made that for me her last Christmas.
Over the years, the Alonzos have met family members who've lost loved ones to guardrail spearings. Families beyond Georgia, like in Florida, Illinois, and Tennessee.
This is a national problem, yes.
It's a problem everywhere. You know, there's nowhere safe.
At least one lawmaker sees it as a nationwide problem, too. Congressman Tim Burchett, who sits on the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, says he's calling on the Federal Highway Administration to make change.
The problem you have is government having to admit they made a mistake, which is, egos over human lives.
Burchett says the government needs to rip out improperly installed guardrails, no matter the cost. And he's called for federal mandates to ensure guardrails get put in right the first time.
We need to put certain standards in the statutes. You're going to have somebody out there that's not really qualified in installing these things. That's another thing, is that they're qualified to install what they're doing.
The Alonzos say until there is a federal mandate, every state should do what Georgia did. Inspect every guardrail to find the ones that are installed incorrectly before they cost someone their life and forever change another family's future.
If they did that, that would save lives, period. Because of Isabella, these are getting fixed. Because of Isabella, there's going to be lives saved.
Despite the lawmakers' call for change, no legislation has been proposed yet to fix this problem. We also asked to visit GDOT's guardrail garden, and it too declined. The Alonzos reached a settlement with GDOT on the death of Isabella, but GDOT would not comment on that case. Reporting in Kansas City, Missouri, I'm Kristen Crowley.
To report a potentially faulty or improperly installed rail on a state highway, you should contact the state's Department of Transportation.
For county and rural roads, contact the county's highway department or county administrator.
Our investigation continues on InvestigateTV.com, where we examine a type of rail known to spear vehicles, which sometimes leads to deadly consequences.
This really not designed as a crash-worthy barrier system at all.
So why is something that is not crash-worthy on the road?
We answer that question and speak with one family who lived that horror. Head to InvestigateTV.com and search guardrails.
Still ahead, a herd of helpers cuts down weeds and the risk for fires.
I am a fan of goats now.
We reveal how grazing goats offer an environmentally friendly way to maintain backyard brush.
But first, fertility clinics innovate to meet the growing needs of patients hoping to expand their families.
Patients are waiting a long time for appointments. There's a long wait, and the doctors here are good.
We explore one of these new facilities meeting this increased demand.
You can watch Investigate TV Plus anytime online. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel at Investigate TV. You can catch stories and full episodes.
For couples struggling to get pregnant despite months of trying, one option is in vitro fertilization, or IVF.
The process involves collecting mature eggs from ovaries, which are then fertilized by sperm in a lab. The fertilized eggs or embryos are then placed in a uterus where they develop.
The Society for Reproductive Technology estimates in 2023, nearly 100,000 babies were born as a result of IVF, accounting for about 2% of all births that year.
According to the CDC, as of December 2024, about 500 U.S. clinics provide assisted reproductive technology.
While some of those can be found at major hospital systems, we found a growing number of fertility treatment chains are filling that need.
Reporter Natisha Land shows us how and introduces us to one couple on their fertility journey.
Everything you put, you definitely have to be spot on.
For 5 years, Sherelle and Tristan Wilson have dreamed of what it would be like to start their own family.
I just can't wait to just see my husband in daddy mode, see me in mommy mode.
They've even picked out names.
Our daughter will be named Luna, and our son will be named Kai.
The two met while serving in the Army, deployed in Kuwait.
7 years later, here we are, still married and happy and thriving.
But that's not to say there haven't been challenges.
You remember when we did that boot camp?
A couple years into their marriage, they started trying to get pregnant.
A couple months went by, I'm like, maybe we're just not getting it right, That's not always happen.
The delay was a start of a years-long journey to pregnancy with many roadblocks: fibroids, low sperm count, endometriosis, and blocked fallopian tubes, eventually leaving them with only one way to conceive: in vitro fertilization, otherwise known as IVF.
That really hit us, we had known no one to do IVF.
But 2 weeks before Sherelle's 34th birthday, an IVF transfer led to pregnancy.
I'm like, okay, this is amazing. Birthday present.
An extreme high came crashing down 5 weeks later.
I had ended up having a miscarriage and I lost that pregnancy.
This is not a fast process,
but it is one women are turning to more often, increasing demand.
So she starts the 17th.
It's what brought full-service fertility treatment chain KindBody to Charlotte this year. Dr. Kristen Kane is the medical director.
Patients are waiting a long time for appointments. There is a long wait, and the doctors here are good. It's just that it's hard to keep up with the demand, and Charlotte is growing so fast.
A 2024 report from the Haas School of Business at UC Berkeley showed fertility treatment chains like KindBody are helping to improve birth rates too, increasing them by 14%.
I think, our modern life is contributing to increased fertility problems. I also think that the demand is increasing as people become more knowledgeable about it and realize that it is so successful.
Kane says one embryo transfer has a 70% chance of achieving pregnancy.
Yeah, I forgot to look at that today.
One age group seeing significant success, women in their 40s, who the CDC says for the first time are giving birth at higher rates than teenagers in the United States. One of the reasons cited for the shift is improved fertility treatments.
Because of our improved technology, have hope that they can try to get pregnant.
Sherelle and Tristan, who are not receiving treatment from KindBody, continue to hope. They plan to do another egg retrieval.
I met other couples going through the same things and they finally got their miracle. And I know that if it happened for them, it'll happen for us too.
A 1992 law requires assisted reproductive technology clinics to report their success rates to the CDC. You can see those rates online and compare services. We've posted a link at InvestigateTV.com. Just search IVF clinics. Still ahead.
Gene, turn your head a little more that way for me.
One photographer wants to preserve stories of service and sacrifice.
There you go. Chin down just a touch.
We meet his military models and reveal some of the final results.
But first, this fire department's mowing service is the GOAT.
It's environmentally friendly for sure, and I think our citizens like it.
We show you how these grazing animals help get rid of some weeds and fire danger. Our in-depth coverage continues. You can get connected to Investigate TV Plus on all social media platforms.
In St. Louis, Missouri, new members of one fire department are helping the team save money and protect the environment.
Reporter Avery Martinez introduces us to the grazing goats.
The goats definitely test my patience.
Because Emma didn't grow up wanting to be a goat herder.
I never owned goats or worked with goats prior to this. I was only around horses.
She's a teacher who runs this goat business on the side after it fell into her lap.
A friend of mine was the previous owner of the business and was ready to go a different route. Being a teacher, this kind of opens up my ability to kind of work with the goats over the summer.
She hires out her goats through a nationwide business called Goats on the Go.
They're always jumping, playing, headbutting.
To give us a better look at what these goats do on the job, we installed the goat cam on one mama willing to show us life on the job. Which isn't always peaceful. Mama was just tending to her little one when it was time to defend her section of the field. That headbutt so hard it turned on the night vision on the camera. But they're not just out here to play in the grass. They have an important job: cleaning the grounds of Metro West Fire District Station 3. Now the goats are part of the fire team, in spirit anyway.
I am a fan of goats now.
Assistant Chief Bradley led the charge to get the goats grazing on noxious weeds. I asked if the goat program saved any cash.
Absolutely. In theory, you only have to do this once every other year. So for the price that we paid for this was half the price of 1 year's of brush hogging. So 4 or 5 brush hogs a year, and we've cut that price in half by just bringing the goats out. It's environmentally friendly for sure, because we're bringing out an animal that's doing its natural thing.
Some of the goats are getting plenty of attention from the crews.
There's one over there on the side. It's a baby, and it's brown and white, and it's staying close to its mom. The little ones are pretty funny because they're very vocal. Now we've got a star standing up now.
It's a massive undertaking for these 4-legged lawn mowers, sometimes taking clients by surprise.
How many goats are you about to bring out? And I say 50, and that always puts people in a big shock. And they're like, oh, we just expected like 2 or 3.
Sometimes, in as little as a week, the area is looking much better.
Their hooves are pushing in and it's aerating the soil. There's a lot of benefit to it, and I think our citizens like it.
And maybe they're helping with more than the environment.
I got to be mindful of my patients and be like, okay, they're just animals. This is just fencing. It's not a big deal.
And that's worth it.
Definitely a good decision to make. I definitely enjoy doing this.
Goats make me smile. Every time I see them, they're just so cute, especially the little ones. And they're not even working. They're just eating.
Oh, they're eating and climbing on other goats and having a good old time out there.
Yeah, it looks like fun for them.
Definitely does. Halfway across the country, an airport found a job for some animals, too.
A pair of pups. Meet Hercules and Ned. The Border Collies are wildlife canines at West Virginia International Yeager Airport in Charleston. Their mission? To chase away birds and other wildlife.
According to the Federal Aviation Administration, bird and wildlife strikes can damage planes and put crews and passengers at risk.
These dogs have made about 70% difference in our bird strikes since we've been working here at the airport.
We do want to mention Hercules and Ned don't hurt the birds, they just scare them off.
Still ahead, a photographer's project highlights the stories of service members.
I was in the Army from 1978 to 2013. My first tour in Iraq was 04-05.
2 tours in Vietnam.
We shared the inspiration behind his goal to photograph hundreds of military members.
You can watch Investigate TV Plus anytime streaming online. Get the app for Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. It's free to download. On July 4th, 2026, the U.S. will mark 250 years since the founding of this country.
A Las Vegas-based photographer wants to celebrate that by profiling 250 veterans and active duty service members.
Reporter Evan Leake has their inspiring stories.
Gene, turn your head a little more that way for me.
It's probably been a while.
There you go. Chin down just a touch.
Since these fellas had a picture day.
I'm not much for picture taking, yeah. Obviously, because I don't smile bad. Good because my teeth are so dang bad. I can watch my language.
He's a Marine. Oh, you're supposed to look at me if you're a Marine.
Michael Conrad did coax out a couple smiles, capturing the stories of these veterans on camera.
I was in the Army from 1978 to 2013. My first tour in Iraq was 04-05, and then my second tour in Iraq was 07-08, and then I did 18 months in Afghanistan.
2 tours in Vietnam. I wore my uniform, yeah, and I was spilled. But I didn't hold that against anybody. I said I did what I wanted to do. I did the honorable thing.
These 4 Las Vegas veterans are among hundreds Conrad is featuring in his 250 Faces of Service and Sacrifice.
Just a willingness to serve and just do what they had to do and not beat their chest about it, not come out, but they just went out and did what they had to do.
I served with the 1st Marine Division and the 5th Marines, active duty 1950-51. I can remember like yesterday, Korea. The problem is I saw things over there I can't talk about.
Bring your chin down a little bit. Turn your head that way. Tip your head this way.
Conrad's vision is in focus, a portfolio in time for our country's 250th birthday. So the stories of these heroes can still be told long after they're gone.
I was honored. I was really honored to have you people come over and do what you do. We're all tied together. We're all brothers. We're not worth a damn without one another.
We want to share with you some of the results of Conrad's work. You can read the veterans' biographies at 250faces.com, and they turned out really well.
Boy, that's a talented photographer. And watching the story, I never thought they would turn out like this.
Yeah.
Really impressive work in honoring heroes.
Yeah,
Very
go
nice.
take a look.
Yes.
And that's it for us on Investigate TV Plus. I'm Tisha Powell.
And I'm Lee Zurich. Thanks for watching. On the next Investigate TV Plus, body-worn cameras have changed the way police interact with the public, but our investigations reveal the tech is a vital tool when uncovering ethical questions and allegations of unacceptable conduct.
Not right anymore.
I'm not sure.
Hey, just tell him that he owes us 3 or 2.
We examine how the technology is holding officers accountable.